All right, back again for another deep dive with Tips Moto. You know, we're all about giving you guys the edge when it comes to betting.
Yeah.
So we got to jump right into this EFL Cup semi-final. Everyone's buzzing about Liverpool versus Tottenham.
Yeah, it's all happening Thursday night at Anfield, and
Oh, yeah.
the tension is palpable.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
Tottenham coming in with that 1-0 advantage from that first leg a month ago. But,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we know Liverpool at Anfield on their home turf.
Anfield is a fortress
Yes.
to them.
Yeah.
But, Tottenham are looking to break their trophy drought.
Yeah.
Liverpool are still in it for this quadruple win this season.
Oh, my God. It's
So the stakes
could not be
are
higher.
huge.
Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's rewind back to that first leg. Tottenham snatched that win with a late goal from Bergvall.
Right.
Do you remember all the controversy around that challenge on Tsimikas?
Yeah, I
Wait.
mean, whether or not you think it was a foul or not, it certainly
Oh, yeah, it fueled the fire
added fuel to the fire for this one.
for this upcoming match payback.
Liverpool will be looking for revenge.
They will be.
Yeah.
Now, looking at recent form, Liverpool's had a little bit of a mixed bag. Some draws and wins in their last 6 matches across all competitions.
Mhm.
Tottenham are coming off 2 wins, but they had some losses before that.
Yeah, it's that inconsistency that makes it so intriguing
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and difficult to predict.
Makes it really hard to predict.
But this is where the Tips Moto analysis comes in.
Yeah.
We've crunched the numbers, we've looked at the history,
Yes.
and we see that Liverpool's home advantage and their recent form gives them a slight edge.
Okay, so Tips Moto is leaning towards Liverpool, but before anyone rushes off to place any bets, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Injuries.
Yeah, always a game changer.
Yeah.
Liverpool are missing Alexander-Arnold and Gomez.
Yeah, Alexander-Arnold, that's
The big one.
he's the quarterback on the field.
Absolutely. He initiates so many attacks for Liverpool.
Huge loss.
And then Tottenham have even more injuries to contend with.
They do.
Dragusin, Van Romero, Solanke all out.
Wow.
And that's going to really affect their defense.
Oh, especially against Liverpool's attack.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's take a look at how these teams might line up.
Yeah.
For Liverpool, we're thinking Alisson in goal. Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson in defense midfield could be Mac, Alistair, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, with Salah, Diaz, Gakpo leading the attack.
Strong lineup.
Yes.
Now for Tottenham, we are predicting Kinski in goal. Pedro Porro, Davies Gray, and Spence in defense. The midfield could feature Bergvall, Bizuma, Bentancur, with Kulusevski, Richarlison, and Son up front.
Now, with those potential lineups in mind,
Mm.
what are the key clashes that you're watching out for?
Well, given Tottenham's defensive woes, I'm really interested to see how they handle Liverpool's attack.
Yeah.
Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, they can tear defenses apart, and Tottenham's backline is looking pretty vulnerable.
Ooh, that's a recipe for fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here in this first part of our deep dive. We've set the stage, we've looked at form, analyzed those lineups, highlighted some weaknesses.
Yeah, we've given you the raw ingredients, but the real magic happens when you combine it with Tips Moto's insights and
Absolutely.
your own judgment.
So stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive, where we break down the tactical battle between these two titans.
Thinking back to that first leg, it wasn't just the scoreline that was interesting. Tottenham's win wasn't exactly dominant. They had to absorb a lot of pressure from Liverpool.
That's true. They were on the back foot for a good chunk of that match.
Mm.
So does that make you think that they might try a different approach at Anfield, especially now with all these injuries?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, do they stick with a similar game plan, hoping to catch Liverpool on the break again? Or do they become more cautious, sit deeper, and try to frustrate Liverpool's attack?
Tough call, especially when you consider the managers involved. We got Arne Slot at Liverpool and Ange Postecoglou for Tottenham. How do their styles match up?
Well, Slot's inherited the legacy of Jurgen Klopp, so we can expect that high-intensity attacking style that Liverpool has become known for. Lots of pressing, quick transitions, and creative movement.
It's all that heavy metal football, as they say.
Exactly. Now, Postecoglou is also known for his attacking mindset, but he brings a different flavor. He emphasizes building from the back, patient, passing, creating chances through intricate movements.
Almost a more controlled, chess-like approach.
That's a good way to put it. And this is where those injuries become even more intriguing. Remember, Liverpool are missing Alexander-Arnold, their main playmaker, from the right side.
It's like taking away a team's star quarterback.
Absolutely.
How do you think Slot will adjust to that?
Well, he might opt for a more direct approach on the right side, using Bradley's pace to overlap and deliver crosses. Or he could shift Szoboszlai wider, utilize his creativity from a deeper position.
A lot of options for Slot. But let's not forget, Tottenham's injury woes are way more severe. I mean, missing almost their entire first-choice defense
It's a defensive crisis.
is a crisis.
Postecoglou has got some tough decisions to make. I mean, does he try to patch things up with inexperienced players, risking exposure against Liverpool's attack? Or does he adopt a more ultra-defensive formation, sacrificing some attacking potency?
This is where Tips Moto's analysis really shines. Our supercomputer has crunched the numbers, taking into account not just the starting lineups, but the potential impact of those missing players.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that despite Tottenham's defensive fragility, our model still predicts a tight match. We're not seeing a blowout here. Remember, Tottenham's attack is still very dangerous, especially on the counter.
Son and Kulusevski can punish any team if you give them space.
Absolutely. So even though Liverpool might dominate possession, create more chances, Tottenham could still be a threat with their speed and clinical finishing.
So it's a clash of styles, a battle of attrition, and a game where even the smallest details could tip the balance.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this match so fascinating. We've got two top managers, two teams with contrasting strengths and weaknesses, and a whole lot of unanswered questions.
It's a real tactical puzzle. All right, so we've dug deep into the tactical side of things, analyzed the impact of those crucial injuries, and started to envision how those missing pieces might reshape the game plan for both teams.
Yeah, we've given you a lot to chew on, but hold on tight because in the final part of our deep dive, we're going to explore the potential scenarios that could unfold at Anfield and offer some final thoughts to help you navigate this betting minefield.
Okay, we are back for the final part of our deep dive into this EFL Cup showdown. We've talked tactics, we've analyzed those injuries, now it's time to get to the good stuff. What are the potential scenarios that could play out at Anfield?
We've got a real clash of styles here. You know, Liverpool's attacking firepower versus Tottenham's more cautious counter-attacking approach. And with those defensive injuries, Tottenham's walking a tightrope.
They are.
Yeah.
So let's play this out. What happens if Liverpool come out all guns blazing, desperate to overturn that deficit? Imagine they score early, maybe first 15 minutes. How does that shift the momentum of the game?
An early goal for Liverpool changes everything. I mean, the pressure on Tottenham just intensifies instantly. They can't just sit back and absorb anymore. They have VE to come out and attack, which plays right into Liverpool's hands.
So we could see a wide-open game, high-scoring goals, flying in left and right.
Exactly. Liverpool thrives in chaos. The faster the tempo, the more space for Salah Diaz Gakpo to exploit Tottenham's weakened defense would be scrambling to keep up.
Ooh, that's the kind of match that gets the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
But what if Tottenham weathers that early storm? What if they manage to frustrate Liverpool, keep things tight at the back?
That's where this match becomes a real chess match. If Tottenham can hold their ground for that first half, the tension at Anfield will be thick enough to cut with a knife. I mean, Postecoglou might even instruct his team to slow the tempo down, disrupt Liverpool's rhythm.
Okay, so we could be looking at a more tactical KG affair, fewer goals, more emphasis on controlling that midfield.
Precisely. It becomes a battle of attrition. Can Tottenham hold out long enough for a smash-and-grab counterattack? Can Liverpool find a way to break down that stubborn defense?
And don't forget, we're in a cup tie here. The possibility of extra time and penalties always loom.
Oh, absolutely. If this one goes to penalties, all bets are off. It becomes a test of nerves, pure and simple. Anything can happen.
That's what makes these knockout matches so exciting. All right, so we've gone over those scenarios, but now it's time for you, our listeners, to weigh the odds, consider all the factors, and make your own informed decisions.
And remember, if you're looking for that extra edge, that deeper insight, Tips Moto is here to guide you. Our supercomputers analyzed every single angle, and our experts are ready to share their predictions.
So whether you're backing Liverpool's attacking might or believe in Tottenham's resilience, remember to bet responsibly and enjoy the thrill of this EFL Cup clash. For more expert tips and analysis, follow Tips Moto on all social media platforms.
We'll be breaking down all the action, so stay tuned. Until then, happy betting.